Arabian Nights was released December 1st, 1993, and was Magic's first expansion set. It was based on Sandman number 50 and 1001 Nights. Famous for its unique art and scimitar set symbol, along with its awesome flavor, Arabian Nights gave us iconic cards like Druzim Jin, Ali from Cairo, and Island of Wak Wak. Perhaps because I was a big fan of Dritz de Orden back in the 90s, I really like this set. I have fond memories of playing a turn 1 Taiga followed by the pushed 1-drop Kurd Ape. That's right. Step aside, Ragavan. I also really like the banding mechanic and tried to make it work in my play deck, which is what we called standard decks before formats existed. So let's revisit one of Magic's most unique, memorable, and recognizable sets, Arabian Nights. We often judge a set by its representation in tournaments, so outside of casual play, how did Arabian Nights affect the game at higher levels? Looking at the 1994 World Championship Top 4, we see that the new set had an immediate impact on a format in which the Power 9 were legal. In total, 9 cards from the set made an appearance in the top 4. Zach Dolan, who won the event with a control deck built around Stasis, played 2 copies of Old Man of the Sea and 1 copy of Library of Alexandria in his main, and 1 copy of Diamond Valley in the board. His opponent in the finals, Bertrand Lestrie, was playing a zoo deck with the aforementioned Kurd Ape. He was also running 2 copies of City of Brass to smooth out his mana base, while in his board he played a single copy of City in a Bottle alongside the full playset of Serendib Ifrit, another push creature for the times. Aladdin was played by Dominic Simons in his 3rd place deck, while Cyril de Foucauld played the most of any Arabian Nights cards in his 4th place deck. 1 copy of Urnam Jinn alongside the playset of Kurd Ape and Serendib Ifrit, 2 copies of City of Brass, and 1 copy of Library of Alexandria. Today, Arabian Nights is perhaps most well known for the lands it gave us. Bazaar of Baghdad, Library of Alexandria, and Diamond Valley are 3 unique lands from the set that have not been reprinted. Their price reflects this. And of course, there's the mountain. But most recognizable to today's players is probably City of Brass, which still sees play in both Modern and Commander. Meanwhile, Desert as a land type first appeared in Arabian Nights. With the release of Amonkhet and later Outlaws of Thunder Junction, this card got some friends. Besides the mechanic banding, Arabian Nights gave us our first Oblivion Ring effect in Oubliette, a way to protect our lands, and a way to start a mini-game within the regular game, because, if one game is fun, 2 must be better. And we can't forget Rook Egg. Before the card's wording was fixed, players could discard the egg to get a 4/4 flying creature. On the draw, players could pass with 8 cards in hand, discard Rook Egg, and have a 4/4 flyer on turn 2. Even in today's Magic, that's pretty busted. Some colors got effects not typically granted to them. Desert Twister and Drop of Honey do things now normally reserved for black. Moorish Cavalry and War Elephant have Trample, a keyword not often given to white creatures. While Unstable Mutation is a blue spell that puts counters on a creature, something it doesn't typically do. Arabian Nights also features many cards that can get played in Commander, besides the obvious like Library of Alexandria. Kumbaj Witches plays well with Ob Nixilis Captive Kingpin. There's Elephant Graveyard. With 84 elephants to choose from, surely someone out there has an elephant tribal deck. Eye for an Eye could lead to some fun blowouts. Flying Men would be playable in Standard today and could find a home in a mono-blue commander deck looking to tempo out opponents with cheap evasive creatures. Guardian Beast provides a layer of protection for artifacts, while Aladdin is a repeatable way to steal them. It might be a bit slow if you're taking mana rocks, but if you're stealing big fatties like Triplicate Titan or Blightsteel Colossus cheated in by Urza Lord High Artificer, then that's a huge win. Even nerfing a potential attack by an artifact creature cheated in by Porphyros Bronze Blooded is pretty good. Metamorphosis is a precursor to Birthing Pod, Neoform, and the like, even if strictly worse. Decks that can take advantage of death triggers can use this card to cast a big finisher from hand. Similarly, decks that can cheat a big threat into play, say using Goryo's Vengeance targeting Atraxa Grand Unifier, can use Metamorphosis to sacrifice the reanimated creature and empty their hand of creatures with all that mana. Among the strangest cards from the set, City in a Bottle. I doubt there's another card in the game that targets only cards from a single set. Another unique card is Desert Nomads, which have Desert Walk. They would be the only creature to have it until the printing of Hazazon, Shaper of Sand, and Outlaws of Thunder Junction more than 30 years later. Arabian Nights is full of flavor wins. With so many to choose from, I've picked just a few. Abu Jafar, a weird form of death touch attached to this leper. Fish Liver Oil, spread this on a creature and it can swim. King Suleiman can destroy Jinns and Afrits. And then there's Flying Carpet. Some cards from Arabian Nights were banned. Rook Egg, Shahrazad, and Ali from Cairo all made it on Wizards' first ever banned list. Since Jeweled Bird, which some consider the first cantrip ever printed, was banned because of anti, and Jihad and Stone Throwing Devils were banned in 2020 due to their racist context and images. Now, if you thought Magic cards today have gotten more and more text crammed on them, check out these beauties. And that's my set revisit of Arabian Nights. It will always have a special place in my heart thanks to the fond memories I have of opening packs of it and playing many of its cards back in the 90s. What do you think? Do you play any cards from Arabian Nights and Commander, Vintage? Let me know in the comments and be sure to subscribe if you like this kind of content. Next up, I'll be revisiting antiquities.